Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to another Digital Dungeon Master podcast. We got a very special guest. He's actually the only guest that I've had on more than once, but who cares? It's my show, and I might have Rob on every month. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Rob?
Yeah.
Rob too.
What's
Yeah.
Up? Yeah. What's up, everybody? Hey, Dave. Thanks for having me on. I always enjoy hanging here on the Digital DM channel.
It's the Digital Dungeon Master Network. Wow.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to host you from my channel right now.
Oh, you're so gracious.
That's how I do it.
We were just talking about, before we forget about it and start rambling on about the games that we love and everything, we were talking about my weekly stream schedule. I'm going to put that back up there. For those of you who hasn't noticed, on Saturday we're playing a Gloomhaven game, but that's actually Gary Coleman. And
yeah, Gary Coleman.
you're actually, and that's actually last week's schedule, by the way. You're actually the first person that has actually called me out on putting Gary Coleman up there. You know, the facts of, I think it was the Facts of Life, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
No, it's not the Facts of Life. It was Different Strokes.
Different Strokes. What you talk about, Willis? But anyway,
what you talk about, Willis?
Yeah, there's this week's schedule there. So last week I actually streamed 6 days last week. That's the first time in months that I've streamed a lot of days like that, and I've actually got 5 days this week. So really excited to getting back into the swing of things and stuff. So, but that's this week's schedule. I'll have my production truck sitting out in my driveway switch back over to the transition us over. Thank you, CBS News Truck. I appreciate that. So yeah, thanks for coming. We were talking about Gary Coleman and, you know, Michael Jackson and all that good stuff. Hello.
Yeah, I knew Gary Coleman. I met him in LA. I was at a Thanksgiving party that was in LA, and these Thanksgiving parties aren't Thanksgiving. They're just parties, right? Yeah. And so I was over there. A guy invited me over there named Kent. Actually, his ex-wife is Amy. Amy's the person that saved my life. Amy's the person that told me to go to the doctor when I had liver problems. Amy Anderson is her name. And her daughter, Amy's daughter, is the girl that plays the little girl on, oh, what's that show? It's still on. It's got I don't watch the shows. What is it? It's
What
Modern
a friend
Families.
You are. What a friend you are.
Yeah. Well, she's a little girl. What do I care? But anyway, so I go to this party, and Edie McClurg was there. Edie McClurg is from like Ferris Bueller and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Nice.
You know that.
Bueller.
And she's passed away now too. Yeah, Bueller. But so Gary Coleman shows up, and he's got a folded, like a wooden folded backgammon under his arm. And he bursts in the door. He's like, "Who wants a game?" It was hilarious.
Did he really? Nice.
Yeah,
did you play him?
I didn't play him. No, I wasn't about to get into that. But yeah, he was playing backgammon basically the whole entire party. Just different people. He would go around and tap somebody in the shoulder. Go, "Want to play?" And they'd go, "All right, fine."
Nice. Fuck your party. I'm here to play backgammon.
Because he was, at the time, he was like 40 years old, but he was acting still like he was like 12 years old.
No.
That was funny.
Like we do every day, so.
That's right.
I'm a 46-year-old in a 15-year-old's mindset, so.
Oh God, you're only 46. Holy shit.
I just turned 46 on February 4th, so my mother tells me that I'm reliving my childhood because I really didn't get to have one. Because I was kicked out of the house and had to live on my own at 15. So my mother said that I'm kind of reliving my childhood. So I just kind of chuckle at that.
Yeah.
Said I've been living it for a few years now, Mom. Thanks. So
my birthday was only 3 days ago, but you're an Aquarius,
right? Was it really? Yeah, I'm an Aquarius, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
On the 23rd?
That's what they say. The 23rd, yeah.
Wow, I'm putting that on my calendar. Rob Twohy on the 23rd. I bet you next year I'll do something for you. I didn't know that.
All right. I didn't know your birthday was the 4th either.
Yeah. Feb 23rd.
February,
put that on my calendar. That's right, man. February kids.
I was born during Black History Month. Well, no, I
February
wasn't.
is Black History Month, yeah.
Right, but when I was born, it wasn't Black History Month because they hadn't caught
yeah.
up to like being cool yet.
It was all the dead white guy history. That's pretty much what history was when we were a kid.
When I was born way back when, all it was celebrating fucking George Washington and what's that guy's name? Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
remember him?
Thomas Jefferson and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the President's Day. That was all it was. And you buy a mattress in February. That's all I knew.
Buy a mattress. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I want to hear more about this Gloomhaven. Do you guys play like on the actual board and then just film it, or do you play online, or what do you do?
Yeah, we're actually playing every other Saturday. We actually didn't get to play last Saturday because one of our you've probably played Gloomhaven. I know you've read about it. Gloomhaven is a bitch. It is a hard game to begin with, and with 4 players, it's hard. Whoa! Rocking the boat, Rob! Rocking the boat! Whoa! Oh! There's Look at Gloomhaven. That's awesome.
I play Gloomhaven.
Oh, nice. Are you playing it with yourself or what? Or you got your buddies come over?
I intend to play it by myself.
Thanks, Tier.
So
appreciate
far,
it, man. Good to see you, Tier. Haven't seen you in a
while.
while. Where were you on Christmas?
Using Tabletop Simulator. I just said simulator. It's simulator. And then
that's what we played on simulator.
Oh, you do? Yeah. And then I have a couple guys come over. We play once a month, and I leave that table up the whole goddamn month just for that day.
I don't blame you. You got nothing else going on. Who cares, man? You're a
I
single
don't have
guy.
a wife.
You know, if you had a girlfriend or a wife, she would say, "Get that shit off the table now." So that's why every day I thank goodness that I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So, but anyways,
yes,
Gloomhaven.
As a male living in the United States of America, you have 2 options, Dave. You have option 1, aggravation.
Yeah, aggravation.
Option 2, crippling loneliness. So I've chosen option 2.
I have too, but I kind of like it though. To be honest, I mean, I actually like it.
Yeah, the other joke I say to people, it's not really a joke, it's just how I feel. But I always tell people when they say, "Oh, you don't have any kids," and I say, "No, you know what? The only thing I like better than children is doing whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want."
Yeah.
Because if you have children or a family, it's just over. That's it. That's your whole life then.
My son's 20. He'll be 23 this year. So time flies, man. Can't believe he's 23 already.
So you were 23 when he was born.
Yeah, I was.
Wow.
Yeah, I was younger. Yeah. Yeah. And I was there at Lamaze classes and cut the cord and was in head over heels love, and then I had my fucking heart stomped on, and that's why I've been single ever since. She's made me the person that I am today. Thank you for that, by the way. Because now I actually have a couple of bucks. Not a lot, but I have a couple of bucks. And if I would have stayed with her, holy fuck, I would be in financial fucking ruin right now, because she's just she's a money spender. And I'm so glad. I would have been so fucked. I would have nothing on my shelf behind me. I wouldn't have the Starfinder shirt. I'd be sitting in a chair with my bare fucking grizzly chest hair. See it would not be good. In fact, I wouldn't even be streaming because I'd be having 8 jobs to, cover her Disney World habits and Disney World addict that she is. So
she want to go to Disney World all the time?
Every fucking weekend, man. I'd be busting my ass. I was a store manager at Walmart, and I was busting my ass, and she was living a good life, man. But I didn't care because of my son and stuff, I loved just coming home to my son. But I knew it wasn't going to work out anyway. I just knew it wasn't, but because we had some problems before. But I kept taking her back. So, but the reason was because of my son. So, but yeah, that's for another vodcast. We'll have to go in deep with the the history of Dave one time. We'll have to. We
can talk all about my illegitimate children all across the many ports of the world, as Diablo Bob says.
Did you read my treasure chest that I did for all my patrons? It was a 6 or 7 part treasure chest. It was like Dave's real life story, actually. and I just let it all out. No, it was awesome. But yeah,
personal stuff, man.
Only on the Patreon page. I got another one that's coming out pretty soon. That's I don't know if I want to put it out. It's done, but it's I just don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to release it. I've had some pretty good ones though. I had an offer with a husband and wife to, sleep with the wife only if the husband could watch. It was people that I started playing D&D with, and it was one of my employees at work. This is back when I was at Winn-Dixie, the grocery store, and I had one of my seafood clerks. She's a cute girl and all, and I hired her, and she was talking to her friend. She was hanging over the lobster tank one day. She says, "Don't forget my player's handbook." And I'm like, "Whoa, somebody plays D&D here." So I said, "You play D&D?" And she said, "Yeah, I play D&D." So I had just moved back into the county from where I was from, and I was, about 19 years old, and she invited me over, and I played with, a couple of other couples, and I was always, the odd person. I didn't have anybody with me, so I was the spare tire, I guess you could say. And after about a month or so, she said that she wanted to speak to me. Her name was Christine or Christy, whatever you wanted to call her, and she said, "Hey, can you give me a ride home today? I need to ask you something." And I said, "Sure, no problem." So when I took her home, she actually put her hand on my leg when I was driving, and she said, "I really like you a lot, Dave." And she says, "My husband and we have an open relationship, and do you want to get together with me?" And I was like, I was still a virgin, man. I was I was a virgin until I was almost 21. So, but I didn't care. I was a gameaholic, man, and working all the time. So I didn't care. And so she said, yeah. She says, if you want to get, we can get together. There's one thing, my husband has to be there. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "You're married. I'm not doing this." I really didn't even know what swingers were, but, they were swingers. And she was telling me that, they would get together with the other couple that was playing and stuff. And I was like, I said, I don't want to do this. And I said, "You're married." And I said, I don't want anything to do with that. So now, I shut her down, and she got upset, and I'm thinking, holy crap, I'm her manager. She's going to probably tell my manager, and then I'm going to lose my job and all. But she never came back to work. She never came back to work.
It's reverse sexual harassment. Your subordinate comes on to you, and you say no.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was afraid of, because, man, I was making $50,000-$60,000 a year as a meat department manager at Winn-Dixie. So I was scared as shit that I was going to lose my job, but she never came back, man. She never came back. So I got pretty lucky. So, but yeah, it was just one crazy story of my life. But anyway, we're not here for me, Rob. Now that I've had my 5 minutes of glory on the vodcast, we're here for you tonight, Rob. You are my special guest, and it's good to have you on. I haven't had you on in about 3 or 4 months. Last time you
it's been a while.
Good were on. Yeah, we were talking about Pathfinder. So yeah. So I know you took a break for a little while. What'd you do? Take a break for December?
All I did,
or something like that?
Actually, I didn't really take a break. All I did was not stream during January. I did do Friday nights because we have an ongoing game. But all my other shows that I normally do, I just didn't do them in January. But people were saying, "Oh, did you enjoy your vacation?" Like I went to Europe or something. But no, I mean the rest of the day
some
I
of
was
that DM's Guild money into it. Yeah, go.
That's right.
Go on a trip, yeah.
I was still doing my Smiteworks job, and I was still converting modules, and I was still, doing the game on Friday and doing other stuff. And I just, but it was nice. It was nice to. Because I don't mind streaming. I love it, obviously, but it is a thing where every single day that you're streaming, 6 p.m. is calling you all day. It's calling you. It's like, oh, whatever I'm doing, I got to be there at 6 o'clock, and I got to be there and do it. And you got to get there a little early and start the thing and get the music on. So I'm not trying to complain about it. I'm just saying that it's a responsibility and it's a time it's a slot on your calendar that you have to do.
Oh, it's nothing to stream D&D. You just press a button and that's it. Oh, I've heard that 100,000 times.
Yeah.
I have no freaking clue. Oh, you've inspired me to make a D&D channel, Dave. What, got any tips? And I said, get ready for some sleepless nights, buddy. And then about a week later or 2 weeks.
When I first started.
I don't know how you do it, Dave.
3 years ago, you told me. Because when I first started, I was crazy. I was in 10 games a week, and I was running 8 of them and playing in 2, and 8 of the 10 were online. The other 2 were in person. And you're like, oh, dude, you're going to burn out. You said, you're going to burn out. And I was like, I'm not going to burn out. And I didn't, but I did scale it way back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was doing about 7 to 10 every 2 weeks, and it was just too much, man. I stopped that about a year ago. And it was awesome. When your son tells you, Dad, you don't look good, you kind of need to step back and think about it. So, but yeah, speaking about, what a vacation, it wasn't a vacation. My mother and I were in Kiki's restaurant. We were getting lunch, and another old guy that was sitting beside us, he says, how you enjoying your golden years? And my mom says, fucking golden years, are you kidding me? She goes, I've been sick more now that I'm old than when I was young. My mom said, golden years my ass. So I started laughing. Oh my God, because you said, vacation? What vacation? Yeah. Golden years my ass, man. That was good. I even paid for my mom's meal for that. I didn't make her go home and wash dishes or sweep the floor or anything like that. I just said, Mom, I'll take
You're a
care
good
of it
son.
tonight.
You're a good son.
I'm just kidding.
Get home, get that laundry done, damn it.
Actually, I do the laundry because she can't. Because we have a new washer and dryer, and it's really tall, so she can't get in. She bought a little step stool, and the step stool slid on the stone tile, and my mom fell in the fucking washer. No. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Because she's
That's not very funny.
Dave, and her feet were kicking. Oh my God, it was so good.
What if she was alone? She would have been there. Oh my God.
It was good. And
I go outside. I'm only 53, and I go outside to get the garbage can.
You don't look a day over 40, Rob.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm out there like this. Like if I fall, it's over. That's fucking it. It's just game over. Like I just fucking call somebody and go, I'm dead. Just so you know, I'm dead.
Help! I'm falling and I can't get up. If I fall, I'm screwed because my entire yard is a fucking briar patch. Those little sand spurs. Oh, these things are like Vietnam sand spurs. Like they're like the size of a dime, dude. They go through your entire foot almost, it feels like. Oh, it's the only thing I don't like about El Paso. That and the stoplights. They're not on pressure plates. They're on timers. So it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and you're at a stoplight for 5 minutes. Thanks, El Paso.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, El Paso.
Yeah, thanks. So,
the stoplights in my town, and there's 250,000 people here where I live, and in the whole area there's 500,000 people. But the stoplights...
We're at like 800,000 now. We're like the 15th largest city.
The stoplights turn... They flash yellow from like 2 to 6 in the morning. They don't.
You're lucky. Ours don't do that. Yeah. Ours are just on timers, 24 hours a day. So you said you were... I don't see no studio yet, Rob. What's going on? What's the ETA on the new studio that you're gonna... The big dollar studio you're gonna be building?
Part of why I took January's off was I was hoping it was going to be done by then. I was hoping by the end of that month it was going to be done, and now it's the end of February. But my friend Tommy came here. He assessed the situation. We wrote down the list of things I'm going to buy and all this other stuff. And now it's just a matter of his schedule and when he can get back here, and if he's going to bring his guy that he works with him. And then I've got to, I'm still trying to sell stuff on eBay and get rid of, I got to clean that room out. I got to get rid of shit that's in that room so I can build it in there.
I'll just fly up there and we'll go to the strip bar the whole time, and then we'll build it in the off time.
Fuck the studio. Let's just go to the strip bar all the time.
Are there any strip bars up there? I don't know. We have one here in El Paso, I think. I drove by it. It's called like the Cabaret or something. The police are always there, so... It's by the bingo hall. As a matter of fact, it's like right next to the bingo hall. I drop off my mom at the bingo hall, and there's like a cabaret right next door. It's so funny. Only in El Paso. Sorry.
There used to be an X-rated theater when I was in high school called the Dishman, and that was because it was on the Dishman Road. And that changed. Yeah, that changed into a strip club, which I think is a national chain called Deja Vu. And
I have a spit out my water.
Yeah, it's called
fucking
Deja
chain?
Vu.
No way.
Yeah, it's a chain. Yeah, it's absolutely a chain. I think you can look it up.
Becoming a partner with the chain. Sorry.
But it's been there since 1984, 5, 6-ish, something like that. And I worked there.
You were one of the strippers. Oh, bullshit,
yeah,
Rob.
I was a stripper.
One of the strippers.
No,
Coming up next is Twohy. Come on, guys. Put your hands together and show your appreciation.
No, it wasn't Twohy. I danced under the name D&D.
Did you really? Nice.
No.
Show your head. No, I know.
But I did work there. And yeah, there's a whole story about that. But at the time, my girlfriend at the time needed a job, and I said that I told her she should come dance there. Yeah, that didn't go over well at all. Like,
she left you for the first millionaire, right? That came by.
She didn't leave me then, but she might as well have, because she did later. That girl left me 10 days before my wedding. I was going to get married on December 26th, 1990, and she left me on the 15th.
Wow.
So 11 days before.
Was her stage name Lexus by chance? Come on, guys, put your hands together for Lexus.
I went to my own honeymoon by myself in Las Vegas.
Hey, I offered to take my son when I moved here last year. Yeah, my son's 21st. Yeah. I offered to take him to Vegas, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to fly up there. I'm too scared." He wanted me to drive down there when I was going to go get my mom, come back, take him to Vegas, and then drive him back. So that's like 7,000 miles driving. I'm like,
no way,
kidding me, man. I would never ever recommend driving from El Paso to Central Florida. That's like, round trip is like 3,800 miles. It's like crazy. And to do it in like 5 days is just ridiculous. I couldn't even walk. My feet killed me. Oh my God. It was horrible. So no studio yet, huh? Man.
No studio yet. On its way.
So you said you got a game going on Friday night. What kind of games do you have going on, and what games? Tell us a little bit about them, and what games are you playing in, if any at all?
The game
because I want to know the scoop too.
On Friday night, it is Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and Joe Numbers is the DM on that one. And so we've got he's a good DM. So we've got
I like Joe.
Urash, Zelakar, Fury Fate, CJ, and myself are in that game.
Nice.
And then Wednesdays, I have 5e pickup games, which is the one I run where just anybody can come by. Don't even need to
hats off to you, brother, because that shit is just off the chain, trying to get everybody on the same page and characters and can I make a character real quick? And yeah.
Well, after so much time, I've got it down to a science now. We don't let people make characters. I have that module that I did that has every archetype already pre-done in Fantasy Grounds. Got every pre-gen available. Yeah. So you just show up and pick one to play. And I welcome, even if they've never played 5e or Fantasy Grounds before, I welcome them, and help them. Everybody's pretty good about it. Like say, here's how you roll initiative. You click here, and help them out if they need it. Saturday nights I'm trying to keep going Battle Royale. That's the PvP game, but nobody seems to like it. As a matter of fact, for this week I have 0 people signed up because nobody seems to like PvP.
Yeah, I don't think D&D is meant for PvP. I tried that as well. It's not
meant for PvP.
No.
Yeah, it's not meant for PvP, which is why I think it's fun. But I have 15 pretty balanced characters that you can, and we've played it a few times, and it does
Misty
work.
Step Fireball, boom, everybody dead.
Misty Step Fireball. No, there's no Fireball because it's all 4th level characters, so there's no 3rd level spells.
No extra
Very thought
attack.
out. Yeah. Very thought out. No extra attack. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because characters are in God mode at 5th level. We all know that as DMs for 5e. Your characters go in God mode at level 5.
Yeah.
Crickets.
And then, imagine even higher levels.
Wow.
And then, so let's
yeah.
see, that's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, of course, is All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show, which we have to get you back on. And then Monday is Module
Anytime.
Creation Monday.
Anytime,
And then
bud.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are no stream.
Right. Well,
And that's it. That's how you do it.
Nice, man.
And then I play Gloomhaven here on the table once a month with some guys. And that's pretty fun.
I got 2 games now, pretty much. I run every other Friday. I run Dungeon and Mad Mage. Every other Saturday. We're getting back this week as our first week back playing Dragon Heist. But on the other Saturdays, we're going to be playing Gloomhaven. And I'm a huge fan of classic D&D. I love classic D&D. I always have. It's what I first started playing, and I've been having an itch to play classic. You know, I've been itching to break out the old THAC0 charts and the saving throw tables, and so I think on Saturdays I'm going to do a classic game, and
fun.
Yeah, I'm going to pool my 2 groups together and kind of rotate them in and out, and we're gonna play classic. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be vicious. We're gonna roll 6 stats, 3d6 all the way down. So your first 3d6 roll is your strength. Your second is int, and then dex, and then con, and then down, and then you're gonna go into this not knowing what class you're gonna play. It's because there's minimums and requirements for classes for the basic D&D. So we're going to do that, and if you roll, you're going to have a minimum of an 8 though. I'm not going to let you have, so if you roll a 3, you're still going to get an 8. So yeah, but we're going to do that, and I think we're going to do classic, and I have an idea of what I want to run. But I'm not going to announce that yet because I'm just starting to put that together in Fantasy Grounds. And it's going to be old black and white maps, the art.
I love it.
Everything. So it's going to be it's going to be classic with a couple of, with one twist, which is the only thing that I don't like in classic was spell memorization. So if you were a level 1 cleric, obviously you got 2 first level spell slots, and all you would memorize would be Cure Light Wounds. You would never, ever, ever get to cast anything else until you were later levels, of course. So I'm going to kind of run it like 5e to where, you can memorize for clerics, you can memorize X amount of spells, and you can use that as a spell pool, and then you can just use your spell slots freely. And for the wizard, there's only 10 or 12 first level spells in classic D&D, which is fine. I'm great with that. So if you have 3 or 4 spells in your spell book, first level spells, you can cast any of those at will with your spell slots. So instead of saying, "Oh, I'm taking 1 magic missile and 1 hold person," you just have 2 first level spell slots to do whatever you want with. So I think
So you're not playing classic D&D.
We are playing classic D&D.
But it's like a bastardized version of it.
No, we are 100% classic D&D. We're going to do morale checks, everything, except for spell slots. That's the only thing. But it is classic D&D.
Oh, okay.
THAC0 saves, all those vicious traps where if you fail versus death saving throw, you are dead. That kind. We are playing.
Oh yeah.
We're playing hardcore D&D. We're going to play some hardcore D&D. So, yeah. So hopefully people will roll good enough to where they can choose an elf or something like that, because, the elf is an elf. All the classes in basic D&D, they're race and class all mixed up in one. So, yeah.
Yeah, there was no race and class. It was just all one thing.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and I'm in the process of getting the rule cyclopedia into the AD&D
now.
Rules.
Does that have? Is that rules cyclopedia? Is that every single
game.
Thing?
That's 6 box sets. Yeah. Okay. I don't think it has a mortal in it, but I think it's 5 box sets. It may be 6. But yeah, it's the whole game. 304, 306 pages. It has everything. The entire game.
Yeah.
All the magic items, all the monsters.
I'd be
all
too
the
afraid
rules,
to go back
everything.
and get that and read it just even for enjoyment, because I would conflate rules and I'd be too confused, and
The combat
I'd
realm
mix
is
it with
different.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
but it would just it would bleed over for me, and I would make me crazy.
yeah. Well,
I mean, it was all I could do to try to forget 4th edition when 5th edition came out.
Oh, 4th edition is awesome. You should give it a chance, Rob. Let me DM 4th edition.
Oh,
for
I
you.
played
You'll
4th
like it.
edition for 6 years. I played it from 2009 to 2014, and also I did play when I found Fantasy Grounds I'd say about a 2016-ish. I think it was Spite, that guy Spite. He invited me to a 4th edition game on Fantasy Grounds, so I did that.
Nice.
And then I was like, oh, and I played the whole game, but I was like, oh my god, that's not. 5th edition is just so much better. It's just,
yeah.
to me, 5th edition is a perfect game. I just love it.
4th edition's really great. I mean, I think it's nice. I like the tactics part of it. I like the way the classes are built up. I like the variety. I like the options that you have. But what killed 4th edition to me were the second and third variables that you would add on the powers and stuff. Like you'd be able to give anybody a charisma bonus to their next attack, or, that's the stuff I think that kind of killed 4E. But D&D Essentials that came out at the very end, they streamlined everything to where all of that mumbo jumbo was gone, and Essentials was a far superior game. But yeah, 4th edition was good. But then again, 4th edition and Fantasy Grounds go hand in hand, because it takes care of everything for you. It takes care of all of your, your ongoing damage at the beginning of the round. You don't forget that. You don't forget your saving throws at the end of the round. It takes care of all of that for you. So
yeah.
But it does.
Drake
It does go
said
a
in the
lot
chat,
better.
I agree with this. 4th edition was cool until 5th edition came out. Because we didn't know that's all there was. That's what we had. I never played 2nd or 3rd or 3.5 or Pathfinder. I went from AD&D to 4th edition.
Yeah.
Because I didn't play for like 22 years. But since 5e came out, since I woke up in the hospital and 5e was there in 2014, I was like, yeah, this is it, baby. And then I found Fantasy Grounds, and that's it. It's my whole life now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some classic. I just don't know when. I got to get everything from the rule cyclopedia put in, so that's going to be the
Are you going to use
task.
Core RPG or what?
No,
how are you going to?
I'm using Celestial's AD&D rule set. That's on.
AD&D, yeah, okay.
Because it's the same mechanics, pretty much. A classic, 1st edition and 2nd edition, same mechanics, same THACO, and the only difference is like classes and with skills and stuff. But then again, Dragon Magazine incorporated a bunch of skills for D&D. So in the rule cyclopedia, even though it has like the 5 or 6 box sets from Classic, it also has all of the extra Dragon Magazine content, like the weapon proficiencies, the skills that you can take. It has like the Cavalier class, the Anti-Paladin, the Monk, which is actually the Mystic, the Druid. It has all of the extra Dragon flavor stuff too, which is cool. So, but that was the Rule Cyclopedia is like the first book that I bought with my own money, and so that book has a lot of sentimental value to me, and it's in beautiful shape. And that book is so expensive. I like the other day when I was looking on eBay and stuff. It's like $200 for one of those things on Amazon and stuff. So yeah, they're pretty expensive. So
wow.
Yeah.
You can get it on DM's Guild for the PDF, right? I think you can get it.
Yeah. No, I got the physical book. Came out in 1992. I remember because I was like 19 and I just moved back into Brevard County and Titusville, and I got that book from Walden Books. Remember when there used to be a Walden Books in every mall?
Yeah, oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
They had one shelf of nothing but all D&D and RPG stuff, and they had a couple of them there, and I'm like, whoa, Rule Cyclopedia, what is this? And then I started looking, and I'm like, this is classic D&D. I was like, I got to get this, and it was like $25, so I bought it. I've had it ever since. And my son found it in my closet when he was about 8 or 10, and no, he was younger than that. He was probably about 6 or 7. He found that book, and he goes, Dad, what? Because he calls me Daddy. He goes, Dad, what are all these monsters and stuff? And I was like, oh, that's a game that I used to play when I was a little bit older than you are. And he just was like a connoisseur of D&D. He just couldn't do anything but read D&D as soon as he came home from school, you know. And it helped actually with his reading levels, so which is really good. So, but now he doesn't want anything to do with D&D, which kind of sucks, but because he's into video games and, you know, girls and all that other crap.
You can do both. You can do all three. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Eventually, girls will try to take all
Oh,
your time.
you need to spend time with me, not your friends. But yeah. So that's another show.
Yeah,
by the way.
it is available on the. It is available on the drive-through RPG for $10 for the PDF, or $25 for the soft cover, or $30 for the hardcover.
For what? Rule Cyclopedia?
For the D&D Rule Cyclopedia, yeah.
No, it's not the original though. It's got to be a.
Well, I mean, it's a
modern print. Yeah. No, I meant the originals. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I was timed out for 1 second.
You are
Ask
timed
first
out.
before posting.
Fuck.
That's just like my channel. Here's the link right there for in Discord.
Send me a message and remind me. Okay, yeah, I posted it there too. Remind me on Discord to add you as a partner to my channel so you can post links and stuff like that in the future, and I'll add you.
Oh yeah,
I'll add you on there. So did you Savage Worlds? You know, we've talked about Savage Worlds. You've shown some interest in Savage Worlds. Did you ever do that Kickstarter for the new Adventure Edition?
No, and it just came out on Fantasy Grounds today.
It did, yeah.
I didn't do the Kickstarter. I've played well, and the reason I didn't do the Kickstarter is because I'm only interested in Fantasy Grounds. I'm not interested in hardback books or.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, D&D, I buy those just because I like to have them and read them. But
how about that new announcement?
What is it? Unity? This comes out tomorrow?
The new D&D campaign that they just announced the other day.
Oh, the Salt Marsh thing? Yeah. Yep, that was originally done in first edition
Advanced.
by like the UK series, maybe, I think, or the
No,
U
I think
series?
it was the U series. Yeah, it wasn't UK,
Yeah.
but it was U series. I think
Yeah,
it was a level 1 to 3.
Right, I listened to, and this one's level 1 to 12, I think. I listened to Chris Perkins talk about they were talking about TSR splitting off and having an office in UK in the 80s, and they did the U series, and then they did the UK series after that. And part of that was the Salt Marsh thing. Yeah, so Savage Worlds.
Yeah, let's go to Savage Worlds. I don't want to talk about 5e right now, so.
I've played a few games of Savage Worlds. I played it in person. I played a little bit of also in what's it called? Internet Zero. What's it called?
Yeah, Interface Zero. Yeah,
Interface Zero. Yeah, 2.0. Played some of that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that looks really good.
When we played that, we made part of the setting is the like Spokane, like where I live, is in the book.
Oh, nice.
And so we played like we were in my town. It was kind of cool. And we were driving around in our SUVs and driving down to the Tri-Cities, pick up the briefcase, come back, whatever. But I really like the Savage Worlds rule set. I'm a huge fan of exploding dice. I think that's
Isn't
so
it
fun.
great? Isn't it great? Isn't it just awesome
It's so
to watch
fun.
damage just keep re-rolling and re-rolling, and then your players go.
You can roll it. You can roll a D4, and the odds are low, but you could do like 36 points of damage if you just keep rolling it and rolling it.
Versus a toughness of like 5. It's beautiful. I love it.
for those people that don't know, the exploding dice in Savage Worlds is if you roll a die and get the highest number, you get to re-roll it again, and that continues until you don't get it anymore. So the chances are smaller the bigger the die is. So if it's a D6 or a D8, it's not as much chance as a D4. But it's
but when you have a ranged weapon at 2d6 or 3d6, that's just great. You know, with an ace,
yeah,
I mean, that's just you're probably gonna ace one of those. Love exploding.
So I played a Star Trek game that was run in Savage Worlds.
Nerd alert, love it.
And I played the interface.
Is that for the Millennium Falcon behind you? That's the Millennium Falcon, right? Behind you?
That's the Millennium Falcon from Doctor Who behind me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as piloted by Buck Rogers. Yeah, absolutely.
Flash Gordon is his co-pilot.
I actually quit that Star Trek game. It was cool. It was in Fantasy Grounds, and it was with a bunch of those guys from what are they? Extraordinary Gamers League or whatever. They're a league of gamers online. And they invited me to come play, and I played it for a few months. And then I quit, and I told the DM, I said, the reason I'm quitting is it's just so boring. I told him, I said, you guys are like full-on role players,
fucking
and
brutal.
I want to roll some dice and do some phaser shit.
You're a fucking murder hobo.
Yeah,
you just
I'm a murder hobo.
You want to kick indoors. So Undermountain, the dungeon of the Mad Mage is perfect for you then, because it's perfect. Kicking a door and rolling this. You would not like my dungeon of the Mad Mage game. I'm role playing in every room. So
well, now that I've gotten more used to
murder hobo,
like I just never had anybody role play that made me excited about it. But now I've played in a few games where I'm kind of like I can get into it if I need to get into it, I can do it.
Wow.
But this game was like literally I would wake up at fucking 5 a.m. on Sunday morning to play this game.
Wow.
And you know, this was 2015, 2016 when I
better
first
be good to wake up that early. I mean,
I thought I had to say yes to everything. Yeah, it was just a horrible nightmare. And then we would play this game and it would just be 3 hours of talking. Like, no, just talking. And I'm like, that's not what I imagined. But Savage Worlds itself is cool. That rule set is cool. I like it.
Yeah, they just had a bunch of the like Kickstarters. Well, you know, the Kickstarts, the one-page adventures. And there's some pretty cool settings. You know, Eric from the Wild Eye podcast, he's got his new Wise Guys that's coming out. You know, he's got an adventure called Forget About It. It's like 80s gangsters, you know, it's so good. And then there's like a new Colonial rule set that's going to be coming out pretty soon too, which I'm actually excited about.
My eyes.
Oh.
I'm rubbing my eyes because so much. Okay, I'm back.
Are you getting tuckered out, little fella?
No, it's not. I'm not tired. You
need me to tuck you in and rub some Vaseline on your hiney and kiss you goodnight?
My hiney? Why are you rubbing it on my hiney? Isn't it your chest? Oh, fuck. What did I hear the other day? I heard something funny on TV. The guy said, you can take my temperature, but not the baby way. And then I fucking thought that was so...
Oh my God, no.
That's a thermometer up your ass is what that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking, are you going to be... Everybody's going, what? Where's this going? We played some Pathfinder playtest. You know, it's been really quiet.
Yes.
You know, the Pathfinder playtest is closed. You know, Gwyd ran a game for us. I liked Pathfinder playtest, Rob.
I liked it. Now, what do you mean it's closed? You can't play it anymore?
No, you still play it, but the playtest is closed because the game releases at Gen Con this year. So
in August, right?
Yeah.
So they're tabulating all their final comments and everything. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I was like, closed? Fuck you. I'll play it if I want to. Don't tell me it's closed. But yeah, I really liked it. So you know that I never played Pathfinder, not even for 2 minutes ever. But Gwydion convinced me to do Pathfinder playtest, and I did it with you and a few other guys. Yeah. And it was super fun. I liked it. We played about 2 or 3 times, I think.
Yeah, no attacks of opportunity. Everything went really smooth. The 3 action point system was great. Loved it. Loved the upgradable
And that
spells.
action economy, that 3-part action economy, is something that I really like. Having to, am I going to move and then I'm going to cast a spell, or am I a spellcaster, and does the spell I have 3 components, and therefore I can't move or I can't do anything? It's pretty
Am I going to do that level 1 mass area of effect heal and use all my points to heal everybody in my party? I mean, what is not awesome about being able to do that at level 1? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting 3 attacks in one round. I mean,
of course they have regular
penalties.
And then -4 and then -50? I'm going to do it.
-5 and -10. But still, I mean, later on when you get some pretty good pluses, because Pathfinder is going to bring big numbers towards the end, that multi-attack is going to be great. I really like it, man. I'm really digging the Pathfinder playtests, and I'm really digging Starfinder too.
Yeah, now I've never played Starfinder, so tell me about Starfinder regarding what is it close to? Is it close to regular Pathfinder?
It's a D20. It's a D20, but no, it's not. There are some things that are close to Pathfinder, but a lot of stuff is different, like the bulk. In fact, Pathfinder playtest gets the new encumbrance system that we had to deal with in Pathfinder 2. 1 large bulk, or your armor's like 5 bulk, or 10 light bulk items equal 1 bulk. Well, Pathfinder playtest took that from Starfinder, so I like that. I love the way the classes are actually built. The spells are upgradable as well. But yeah, it's sort of like Pathfinder, but it's not. They got rid of a lot of the mechanics, but yeah, it's good. It's good. It's doable for sure. I see you pondering.
So what else?
There. It's not Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Kind of. Now they're starting to bring in some more more of the monsters from Pathfinder, but I'm okay with that. I mean, that's fine. It's a good game, though. It really is.
I have to pick and choose. I mean, I guess people do that, but a lot of people play a lot of different things. But if I, especially with Fantasy Grounds and streaming, and then, whatever it is. I mean, I have to pick and choose, because if I just do every game, that's thousands of dollars and thousands of hours, and then
and you're becoming a master of nothing. You're proficient and everything, but I totally
see. Like I'm a master at 5e. I mean, I fucking know this shit inside and out. Like, people question me, and I'm like, no. And I mean, not literally all of it. I mean, I get something wrong once now and again.
Spells, I get wrong spells mostly.
But shit that doesn't get used that much.
Yeah.
Or you get a player who wants to, do shit that, and you're like, yeah, that's in the rules, but nobody ever does that, so we have to look that up. But yeah, you're right. You become master of nothing if you know all these games, or if you play all these games. But I really just love 5e. I don't know that I don't think I would dungeon master Savage Worlds. I might try it, but I would definitely go if somebody invited me to play. Right.
Yeah.
Same thing with Pathfinder 2. I don't see myself DMing it, but I would definitely play it. Like, I was happy when Gwydion said he wanted to, try it out with us. It was super fun.
I saw Gwyd a couple days ago, and that's like the first time I've seen him since like December. He's just like vanished.
He's got 43 jobs, Gwydion. He's got 43 jobs. He's never home now.
Oh, when I was your age, man, I had 25 jobs.
I had 12 jobs, man. Yeah, he's got all these jobs, plus he has 2 daughters and a wife. So yeah, we don't see him.
Yeah, he's screwed. He's screwed.
He's screwed. But yeah, that was super fun. When we did the Pathfinder playtest, that was super fun.
Yeah, and we only did that first adventure in Doomsday Dawn. That's all we did, and it was fun.
But when it comes out for real, maybe we'll get a regular thing going, even if it's once a month or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So, what other games is people liking?
The games that I'm pretty much staying with are 5e, but I mean, I'm trying to phase 5e out, to be honest. But You know,
Yeah,
it's
you get mad and you're like, I fucking don't like 5e
no,
anymore.
no. I've never said that I don't put words in my mouth. I never said that I don't like 5e. I want to play other things, but the majority of everybody that wants to play, it's like they want to play 5e or nothing. Or like,
Yeah.
I don't want to play nothing else. You know, and, to the point to where, it's going to be my way or the highway now because, I cut all of the pay-to-play pledges out of my Patreon. So,
Right.
I want to, and I've tried it, but I've tried to run Starfinder and I've tried to run Savage Worlds 50 Fathoms, and when you have people that just want to play 5e, it's just not going to work out for them. You know what I mean? They're just not. It's like my players just couldn't get into it, and I could just tell. So
Yeah.
you just revert back to 5e, and everybody's happy again.
Well,
so.
the thing about 5e is this: it is the most popular, it is the most widely accepted, has the most people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So when
but there are other games out there, Rob. That's my whole point. And there are a lot of good games out there too.
Yeah, but it's kind of like McDonald's. There's other restaurants, but McDonald's is everywhere, and you can't get away from it. And you know how it's going to taste if you go in Texas or if you go in Washington. It's all, and that's kind of like 5e. You get wherever you go, it's going to be the same. You know what the rules are, you know what the game is, and it's kind of just easy. And other shit gets overlooked, but for me, like I said, I would definitely play Pathfinder 2. I would definitely play Savage Worlds. I might even try, and I have tried other things. I've tried Roll Master Classic. I've tried Castles and Crusades. I do every time these FG days or FG cons come up. If I have the time, I go over and I try.
That's
a new
what
thing.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody who I am. I just
go.
I change my ID to my anonymous ID and I sign up for games and I play. And I joined a Castles and Crusades game that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to keep playing. I was offered a spot in the group, but I didn't have time to commit. So.
Yeah, that's the other thing is when we're streaming. There's only, when are we going to play these games, right? There's no time. I get invited. I'd say I get 1 or 2 invites a month from people just emailing me or PMing and say, hey, Rob, we'd really like to have you in our game. Can you do it? And then I have to say, sometimes I do it, but especially if it's a one shot, that's easier, right? But if it's a campaign, I have to be like, I don't know, I can't do it.
Well, if I do this classic D&D, would you be interested in? And just like rotating.
I would.
But it would be,
I would, because it's like that's how I started. Fucking Kevin.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that and this is going to be a my way or the highway type of game, because these are going to be invites, and if you want to be involved with this, then that is fine. You can. But here's how it's going to be, and it's going to be by the book, except for the spell slots part. And here's how we're going to roll our stats. There's no retiring characters and telling me that some characters are just meant to be a dwarf armor smith and I want to re-roll my stats. No, fuck no. That's not happening. When you roll, that's it. I actually had a player do that to me about 5 years ago. He rolled his stats. I wanted to do 27 point buy, and he was the one that said, no, I want to roll. And then when he rolled shit stats. I think his best roll was like 11 or 12. And then the next day, he sent me an email and said, Dave, I think I'm just going to retire my character. Some dwarves are just meant to be smiths. And I said, that's fine. No problem. I'll find another player. And he goes, oh, no, I still want to play. I said, then you're going to use his stats. But he says, and then he tried to come back like 3 weeks later. And I'm like, sorry, man, you had your chance. I already filled the spot. So he was like, that's fucking bullshit, Dave. I'm going home. I'm taking my Legos and I'm going home.
Bullshit, Dave. But I am down for that. I even tried, I tried a couple times to start campaigns that way, where you had to either randomly roll or or you had to roll your stats and take what you got, and players are just kind of resistant to that, even though that's how it used to be, man.
That's how it was, man.
Choice.
Read the rule cyclopedia. The fairly. There's a couple of ways. There's a couple of ways you can do, 3d6 or 4d6 and drop one. No, we're not doing that. We are going 3d6 strength, and we're rolling all the way down in order. And then you pick your character on what you qualify for, and that's what you're playing. You're not going into it saying, I'm going to make me an elf, and I'm going to have 5 people making elves. That ain't going to happen. Well, I don't think elves get spells till like either 5th or 9th level anyway, so. But, yeah. It's my way or the highway on this game. But
I might have to get that book, and then... In case I play in your game, I'm going to read that book. I'm going to get that book and read it.
Yeah.
Here it is for $64. What?
That's cheap. That's cheap. That's
the actual real book. Yeah.
Yeah. If you can find one for $64, is it got bids on it or is it buy now?
It's from some place called Free Range Pumpkins. I don't know what's happening.
I wouldn't trust it. You'll get it. You'll just get the pages inside of the broken book. Twisted Tech Mike, he said, sign me up for Savage Worlds.
This is I saw that. This is a pre-loved
Pathfinder. Was that Yurash played in the group with us too, didn't he? With everybody else.
He did, yeah. It was Yurash. This says this is a pre-loved game. You know what that means? That means there's jizz between the pages.
It means that there's the pages are stuck together, the spines broke. Dark Huru, thanks for the follow. You're awesome. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell. Then it's like you said, 160, 200, 118. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of these prices on here.
Yep.
But if I'm just gonna read it though, I just get the $10 PDF right off of Drive to RPG. I'll just get that.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking about putting together. I am actually thinking about putting together the 2nd edition, actually the original Undermountain box set. And
that's awesome, yeah.
Running the original Undermountain box set. So the cat's out of the bag, so I'll run Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and then I'll also run Classic Undermountain, and you'll be running into Githyanki at like 1st and 2nd level, and you'll just be dying all over beholders and shit. Don't be afraid to run in classic D&D. Don't be afraid. Run away.
Don't be afraid. Never be afraid.
Have you ever had anybody run away in your groups? I don't because 5e's we got 2 attacks and fireball. Let's just attack. We don't care if it's TM at 5th level or what.
No,
we're just going to attack.
I have smart players. Sometimes they're like, okay, fuck this, we're out of here.
Oh, I have smart players too, but they destroy everything. It don't matter. I had a level 5 group destroy level 15 Tomb of Horrors and Yawning Portal. Crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the cheaters,
But I mean,
guys.
I've also had
you guys are awesome.
I've also had groups where it's like, hey, we just started, we're all 1st level, and there's Tiamat. Let's rush in,
yeah. I did an experiment years ago. A group of level 10 characters beat Tiamat. Challenge rating 30. Beat Tiamat, and I was using legendary actions, like I was pulling them out of my ass, and they just destroyed her.
Yeah.
What can you do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, Rob? That's why you need acing die in Savage Worlds.
Acing die. acing
There's no more hiding behind 24 armor classes anymore, 22 armor classes. Oh. All right, Rob. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been an hour already.
Yeah,
how the time flies, man. We'll have to do it again, Rob. We'll have to do this more consistent. Just have the Dave and Rob hangout.
Right on.
We'll have to meet in Vegas or something, like we had talked about earlier. We have to meet in Vegas and do a couple streams from there, pulling the slot machines live on the Rob Twohy network, pulling slot machines. Of course, the penny and nickel slot machines, but
that's right. We were going to come to Gwydion before, and then he went and got like 3 extra jobs, and now he can't. But we were going to come down to your house But
I was
yeah,
going
we'll
to take you
meet
to the
in Vegas or do something.
cabaret.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. We got to get together, man, for sure. We definitely do. Roswell, one of those places. Area 51. Do some
White
live
Sands
streams.
Missile Range, my old stomping ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go there. It's only about 2 hours from my house, White Sands. Just think when that bitch went off in the 40s. You could probably see that thing here in El Paso.
Oh, the Trinity site? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably could feel that thing go off too. Oh, you remember? You are showing your age, Rob.
No. I remember being there and seeing that. I went to the Trinity site.
Yeah.
Because I was at White Sands Missile Range for 16 months. I was there for a long time.
Wow.
I was there from October of 84 till March of 86.
Military? Or was it military
Yeah.
driver? Yeah.
Then they sent me to Korea, and I was there for 13 months too long.
Nice. 13. Ooh.
Yeah. You go for a year, but I was going to get out, and so they weren't going to send me back to the United States to go somewhere else for a month. Yeah. So then they just said, you stay here.
Kept you that extra month. Yeah, they couldn't let you have some
Kept me an
vacation
time. They offered to promote me and give me $5,000 in cash if I signed up for one more year, and I told them to fuck off.
Did you?
I did not use those words, but I declined.
My dad was in the Navy for 20 years. He was on the USS Okinawa, and they were always in the Philippines. Okinawa. And he said that there was some crazy shit that goes on in the Philippines.
Yeah.
When he was back in the late 50s, early 60s, he said that, there was some crazy stuff that went on there.
That's right.
All right, Rob.
I went to Okinawa, but that was in like 2004. So that
I'm sure it's probably cleaned up a lot since the 50s and 60s.
I did comedy there. That's why I went there.
Oh my gosh, nice. Galive!
I have the distinct honor of having been to Okinawa and having not been to Japan. But I have been to North Korea. That's right. You heard me. I've been to North Korea.
You've actually been inside of North Korea?
I've been inside the country of North Korea. Yes.
Wow. One of the few Americans. One of the very few Americans. Yeah, and you lived to tell about it.
And you know what? Dennis Rodman was nowhere to be found.
Thanks, Dennis. Who else goes over there too? It wasn't Brad Pitt, was it? Who went over there?
Oh, a lot of these fuckers go over there. They just don't tell you.
Yeah.
They just don't announce it.
Did you watch that Kim Jong-il movie? Or the one with Seth Rogen? Was it Seth?
Oh yeah. The one
was so funny.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that was too funny.
Everything was like cardboard stand-ups and stuff. It was so funny.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, man. Well, Rob, thanks again for coming.
All right, man.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sooner rather
than later. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Tell us where we can get a hold of you, Rob. Tell us all of the corners of the interwebs you're on, or the Matrix.
Yes, I am at all points Rob Twohy, ROB2E. As you see on the screen name, that is actually my real name. That's how you spell my fucked up last name. But ROB2E is how you can find me on Twitter and on Twitch and basically all the Discords and everything else that I'm all hanging around on. That's how you can find me. And I do shows 5 days a week on Twitch, just like you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for coming on. We'll do it again here pretty soon. Maybe next month. Maybe we'll do it just every month and just bullshit for an hour every month. I think that would be
people
fun.
Have told me that they like when we do the Sunday night show and it just devolves into bullshit and we're just talking about nothing. People enjoy that the most. That's what they say. So yeah, I'm down, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is not structured. Everything was just, hey, let's just shoot the shit for an hour. So, all right, man. Well, I'll holler at you later, Rob.
All right.
Good seeing you.
Okay,
buddy.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks everybody for watching. I got to go pick my mother up from bingo because it's almost 9:30. So hopefully she's won $1 million. So she can
Right?
buy me another awesome
Not like this lottery ticket that says, I don't know what happened. I lost.
Jeez, Rob, what? Oh my gosh.
Should we tell the story?
No, we should. I'll see you guys later. Take easy. Until next time, everybody, happy gaming. Stay safe and keep using the awesome Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop program. Bye, everybody. God, Rob, you were awesome.